Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
All righty, welcome
Welcome.
to the Application of Knowledge podcast.
Hey, oh.
We are on episode 75. I am Animated Male. We have Chris. Chris isn't here. Steven. So we have Stephen Michael. You know what I mean?
In the building.
Up in his piece like two fingers, you dig? And yeah, man. Chris ain't here. Sorry we didn't get y'all last week. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
I mean, Steve won't take a break, so
Wow.
yeah, I mean, but we here now. That's all that matters, man. That's all that matters.
I had somebody hit me up asking me, I noticed there wasn't a video up from the podcast.
Yeah.
I said, that was due to some travel.
Yeah, doing some traveling, man.
I mean, that is true.
It's definitely true.
And it's been a lot of traveling.
There's been a lot of traveling going on. August is definitely, for me, I know August is going to be a lot of traveling. I won't be here a lot of the days, but.
Better get them videos up early.
You know what I mean? But we are here, and there has been a lot happening in the world.
What's been going on in the world, man? Current events.
Man, but first things first. What's been going on in the water? There's been a lot happening in the water. And I know y'all, I know you heard about the submarine, right?
I did not hear about that thing until like late. Like when I heard about the submarine, it was already that thing was already sunk. Like it had been missing for 3 days. I'm like, somebody said something. Submarine. I'm like, oh, is that a Netflix special? Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because usually when something catches on like that, it's Netflix, right? A show. There was a meme that was this man or something was on this little go-kart or something underwater, and they said, "Yeah, my husband goes missing. This is me." Like, y'all, first of all, y'all know y'all lying. Y'all not going looking for nobody. That's number one. But number two, I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And she was like, look it up. It's all over the internet. I still never looked it up. I literally followed the internet to figure out what it was. And from my understanding, there's some billionaires that went in this tiny submarine. Like, I don't even know if you want to call it a submarine. I guess it is, but non-military, private sub. And they went down to the Titanic wreck area, and they went missing.
Well, the goal was to go down to where the Titanic was.
Oh, they never made it.
No, the thing is, it's like they showed it. They showed like how deep it is.
Yeah.
It's like 8,000 feet.
Okay.
And there's some animals that don't even go down that deep. Like there's some animals that they showed that don't even go down to that depth within the water, because it's pressure.
Yeah.
It's pressure. And so what so for those who don't know, the people who went down there, they eventually died, and it's because of how they quotations died, and it's because of the pressure. And they said that when they died, or they immediately knew, because anything that happens underwater, there's a radar that's very sensitive to everything that happens underwater. And so they were aware of it as soon as it happened. It's just, it didn't get out to us until like a few days later.
Okay.
So they were already gone. They already knew it. And because they even said like, yeah, we told the media and the news and stuff, but they waited until a later time to put that information out, which is not uncommon, because a lot of times a lot of things happen within this world before we know about it, and we're only at the mercy about when it comes to the information that they want to tell us. But my entire thing is, for this debacle, is why is this information?
Yeah.
Like, why? Not to say that their death is like, oh, we don't care about their death. I mean, technically, I mean, like, okay, it's not funny.
It's not funny.
That someone has lost their life. You know,
possibly.
not at all. So don't mistake laughter for that. But my state of mind is, why is this event? Why is this world news or national news? Like, why? Why is this? I am sure that they aren't the first people to die in some kind of accident.
Ain't no way.
There's no way. So I'm curious to know if you can fathom, what is this distraction? Because honestly, this is not major news.
Nah, I mean, you have billionaires that get in a boat, they go down into the ocean to try to, a tour or whatever, right? Or they want to go see. I don't even know how they would see it because they didn't have windows. So it's like, you're talking about going down here. What are you doing? What's the goal? Like, because what do they have? Like one window in the front, maybe, or something? Or did they even have a window?
Bro, they have a window, but it's more like a screen.
Yeah.
That's connected to a camera, and it shows you what's going on underwater.
Okay.
So you're seeing everything from in the water on the inside on a screen.
So you could literally get the same situation with a drone.
Basically.
I mean,
underwater drone or whatever.
Okay, yeah. Like what? But I'm saying, like, if you're not able to see into the ocean, right? Then and you're watching on a screen, what is the benefit of actually going into the ocean? You might as well just watch it in the comfort of your office. You're multiple billionaires.
You wouldn't go underwater? Would you get on a ship or a submarine to go underwater?
That deep?
No, just period.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't do that.
I mean, not now because of this.
So this is making you scared to go underwater.
It's not necessarily being scared. I mean, I would have been scared regardless.
Nigga, I wouldn't go 1 foot. Wouldn't go 1 foot underwater.
Here's what I'm gonna. Let me.
You gonna lock me in the submarine? I can't even swim.
Let me be clear.
Shit.
Now, I'm not taking just a random expedition voyage, right? Where this shady Titan whatever looking thing. I'm not doing that. But if this was a military vessel, something like that, or a private vessel that maybe the military has used, right? I understand that this thing is safe, right? And it has measures so it doesn't sink. And then, because submarines, real submarines, they have if it gets hit, it can close off certain parts of itself. So that way the whole thing doesn't flood and it can stay workable, right? It can sustain life. But so I would be comfortable in something like that to a certain degree. Does that mean I'll do it? Probably not, right? But I definitely am not going to go underwater, and I don't even have the ability to see. What's the point? Like, just say, well, I was down there, and not only it wasn't just like one random billionaire and then, of course, just a bunch of other people that wanted to go, right? You have multiple ones.
With no brothers.
No, definitely. Well, there was an Indian guy, I think.
Ain't no brothers.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, that's a what kind of Indian? That's a.
I don't know. You better watch it.
Okay, you know what?
No,
it ain't no brother. It ain't no brothers. It ain't no brother.
But from what I heard that I think the Epstein list or J.P. Morgan settled that week. So J.P. Morgan was I guess helping fund Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay.
Right. That whole situation, and once again, the names and stuff were never released. We never got that.
Names?
The names of the people that were on his island. So all the stars,
okay.
all those people, that was never released and never will be released. But somehow, J.P. Morgan was involved, and they settled in court. I don't know, it was like something 700 billion or something, or not 700 billion. It was some ridiculous number because they were helping and they settled. Basically, when you settle, it means that, of course, you're not saying that you did something wrong, but you're saying, let's just put this to rest, right? The interesting thing about J.P. Morgan is that J.P. Morgan got its start because on the Titanic, JP Morgan, the actual JP Morgan, right? Because I believe he's dead. Yeah, the actual JP Morgan. When he was in banking and starting and all this stuff, all of his competitors were on the Titanic. And he canceled his ticket, or he was supposed to be on the boat too, minutes before the actual boat was supposed to take off, so then they could actually leave. The interesting thing also about that is that there was 2 boats. One was called the Titanic, which was the new one. And then there was another boat, I believe it was called the Odyssey. And they were extremely similar. And one of the conspiracy theories around the Titanic was that they actually changed the name of the Odyssey to the Titanic and sunk the Odyssey, and then kept the Titanic because it was brand new. But then they got money from the Odyssey because it was insured, and this is also how JP Morgan was able to help start his bank, right? So he killed all of his competitors, right, on the ship. He sank the ship, and then he switched the boat out, and now he has no competition, and that's how he got his big start with all this money. So it was just interesting because the whole Titanic situation mixed in with the Titanic, the Titan, and then the JP Morgan settled with Epstein at the same time that the Titan is linked to the Titanic sinking, and they were going, they're going down there. It's just too much of a coincidence. I don't have the answers.
That the same week
all
that they're clearing the stuff, that they have this distraction.
Right. And everybody was watching this. Like, just like literally had people like Googling it like every hour. Oh, what's going on? What's going on? Bro, do you think those ain't no billionaire ever got to being a billionaire by being a nice guy? Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? These people are.
So you think they sunk the Titanic back in the day?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The Titanic was built so that it could survive. Like it was state of the art. It was created to be able to survive those type of environments. So yeah, you don't just, bro, sailors, people on boats, you understand that you're in like waters. Like we're not talking about the Atlantic or the Pacific. You're in like the ocean. Mm-hmm. The thing that the part of our world that we know the least about. Like if you watch videos of boats in the ocean and like that, bro, the ocean is scary.
Dude, honestly, that is to me the most scariest place to be.
Yeah. Not
just because I can't swim.
Yeah.
But bro,
I mean, even if I'm Michael Phelps, I ain't going to the ocean.
You don't know what's down there.
Bro, they don't know what's down there.
It's massive. It's like the biggest land or biggest space, big body of space that we have access to, that we just be like, you know what, I'm good.
Bro, it's because it's part of it is, number one, we can't get down there. Mm-hmm. That's number one. We don't have the technology yet to actually go down into the real depths of the ocean because it's crushing, right? So that's number one. Number two, they continually find new species. They're continually finding new species that are coming from the waters. And I'm like, dude, there's all kinds of stuff down there.
I'm good.
I'm good too.
I am so good. I am a human being. I belong on land.
Bro, we live on Earth, and then there's a whole nother. I mean, now this is getting to a little conspiracy, but you know what I'm saying? We own the ground, Earth, and there's other aliens, whatever, in the Earth or under the water.
Under the water, dude. Honestly, we're trapped.
Yeah,
we're trapped in this sphere or this flat surface or whatever. You know what I mean? We can't go up. We can't go down. We here just living.
Hey man, we're here.
I'm okay with that though.
I mean, like, there's these conspiracy theories. A lot of people think that space or actual space is the ocean, right?
I think that because they can't get through the firmament. Correct. Up there. They can't get up there throughout the space. So that's why when people say they landed on the moon and all that shit,
bro,
that's never happened. We never even got out there.
We never landed.
Get out there.
I just shared a reel with one of my friends there was a guy who he went to. It was Buzz Aldrin.
Oh yeah.
Did you see that?
He made a tweet, right?
Well, this was a video.
Okay. Because I saw a video with, I think I was watching maybe Joe Rogan. No, I was watching maybe Rizza Islam, and they were talking about how Buzz Aldrin, he made a tweet about going to Antarctica, and this tweet, it said like because like no one can go to Antarctica.
Yeah.
No one can go to Antarctica, and so they have it where, I guess it's like government facilities.
Yeah.
And they said what they're creating there is pure evil, or whatever they're doing in Antarctica, it's evil. And Buzz Aldrin, he tweeted about that, but I think they like deleted his account or something like that.
I believe it. They're the only way you can get to Antarctica. It's number one. Antarctica is the only place on Earth that you're naturally not allowed to go. Mm-hmm. It's the only place on Earth. You like this is our home. This is where we were born. It's Earth. It doesn't belong to anybody. But Antarctica, the only place that just regular public expeditionary people can't go, and private, public and private. It's the government regulated, not just American government, world government.
That would make me wonder, like, what the hell is going on? Why we can't go to Antarctica?
Right. You can only go to now you can take an expedition, so you can sail around Antarctica, right? Now that doesn't mean you can't touch your feet on Antarctica's surface, right? You can. But you can only go in so far, right? You can't go to Antarctica. And and you can't fly over it either. The reason for that is because Antarctica from my research, Antarctica holds the key to the actual shape of the Earth, because if you, they have the North Pole and they have the South Pole. Okay, the South Pole would be considered Antarctica, right? But if they now can show, or if someone can prove that, well, Antarctica, you can't go from pole to pole, then that means it's not a globe, because you should be able to go from pole to pole, but you can't. And they can't, and they won't let you. And the reason for that is because it will disprove their logic, right? If you go from east to west, what you're basically going to do is you're going to do this circle, right? But it's not a globe circle. It's like a oval. You know what I'm saying? You're not actually going around or on the back side of anything. You know what I'm saying? So they would have to then prove that you can go north to south, and they can't. So that's part of the reason why. People also think that the entrance to the center of the Earth is through Antarctica.
The entrance?
The entrance.
Okay.
So I forget what year it was, but after World War II, there was a lot of the like Nazis and stuff, right? So they fled. Germany, and a lot of them were captured by the Americans, and they brought them back to America. They brought back all the scientists, right? Because as evil as World War II was, there was an extreme amount of research that was done. It was evil, but this is where we get a lot of our medical knowledge from today. Yeah. Like, a lot of people don't understand that a lot of our surgical procedures and stuff were tests that were done during that time on other humans. Yeah. This isn't like we just take this stuff for granted. Like, oh, it's science. They just figured it out. Yeah, how do you think they figured it out?
Right.
They were testing these procedures on humans. If we take this organ out if we take the heart or the lung out of this human and we put it into this one, will the body still work? Mm-hmm. Let's test it out, right? And then it's like, oh, it works. Okay, well then let's pin down the procedure, right? Let's find out if we don't give this person some sort of numbing agent, how they're going to experience this pain. This is how we figured this stuff out. It was a very evil time, but we took that time to then after the war, we took those scientists and the propagandists, and then we took them and brought them to America, right? Not only did we bring them here, most of them got safe haven, and they started working for the government. They started working for NASA particularly. So after we brought them over, right? Because a lot of people, if you don't understand like what a propaganda person does, it's their job to brainwash their people.
Yeah.
Right? So a lot of people think like, because we now understand what happened during World War II or what was told to us that happened, people say, how could anybody let this happen? Like, how did y'all not know this was happening? Well, during Pearl Harbor, we did the same thing. Not as gruesome, right? We didn't set up death camps. But if you looked anything Asian, we put you in camp. Right? America had camps on the West Coast that we would put Asians, Chinese. If you had slanty eyes, you had yellowish skin, you were going into a camp. We did the exact same thing. We just weren't killing them in that way.
Were they experimenting on them?
Not that I know of, no. But I mean, we have like Guantanamo Bay, which is basically the forever prison.
Yeah.
So I mean, even you have people in there that aren't even necessarily guilty that are in Guantanamo Bay. Like there's documentaries about people that are there that are not necessarily proven guilty, but because they're suspected of guilt that ended the lives of a lot of Americans, they keep them there. So we're not. So, but we think that we're the best nation. We think that we're the smartest. We're the brightest. We think that everyone loves us. Why? Because you have Nazi propaganda that was now perpetuated into our society, and that now we just live this life where everyone thinks that we're just the greatest. And then if you start going outside of America, this is why I wanted to go to Belize. I just wanted to go out of the country. Mm-hmm. When you start going out of the country, you now get perspective on what people actually think about us, and then you realize people don't like us. But why do we think that people like us? Because we had the best propagandists stolen from Germany after World War II, and then now all of that was implemented into America. This is how they were able to fake the moon landing, right? Because you had the best of the best that were basically lying to the American public, and they were able to put on a show. So, to wrap up, you stated that, we were talking about Buzz and Neil Armstrong, it was. And then the video, the guy is going up to them, and he was like, listen, you guys, stepped on the moon, you walked the moon. They're like, yeah, da-da-da-da. He said, listen, I have a Bible right here. Put your left hand on the Bible and swear to God you walked on the moon. And neither of them would do it. Two different instances, two different times. One time, Buzz was with other people, and I think it was Neil, and he was alone, and both of them said no. Like, literally, I'm not doing that. Oh, I don't swear, da-da-da-da. Like, I'm sure you're an astronaut. I'm sure you had to swear in. Mm-hmm. You had to put your hand on a Bible and swear an oath to protect or whatever, space, whatever it was, right? They won't do that. If you were being accused of cheating and your girl said, I'm going to make this very easy for you. If you did not have sex with that girl, very specific, if you did not have sex with that girl, put your hand on this Bible and swear to me that you didn't, and I'll drop the whole thing. If you did not have sex, would you swear? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would too, right? But if you know you did,
like,
I don't do that.
Like, I ain't even religious.
I ain't even Christian. Well, it shouldn't even matter then.
I can't be swearing out here, cuz.
Right?
All this pressure on the brother.
Just
trust me.
Trust me.
Just believe me.
It's gonna make it's gonna make her real suspicious. So there's too much out there that go when you really start looking into Antarctica, and you start looking into space, and you start looking into the moon landings, and you start, we talked about the Challenger that exploded. You start looking, oh no, maybe we didn't, but you start looking into all these things. It's no longer a conspiracy theory.
It's not.
It's like, bro, this is true. Like when you go into it with an open mind, because like you realize it's true, and it's the hardest thing for you to like grasp, because we've been taught space since day one. Mm-hmm. I mean, as far back as I can remember, space.
Yeah, we've never actually been there. The only time that we've actually seen anything that has to do with space is either on movies, or we've been taught that whatever they show us in NASA is the actual footage.
It's real.
Dude, I don't believe any of that.
No.
I don't believe any of that. Anyone can create an experiment, or someone can create a logic that will justify some of the information that they give us when it comes to the space, because people will say, what is the point of them lying to us?
Right. That's always the big question.
Hey, what are they doing? What are they lying about us for space? Bro, it's much bigger than we can conceptualize.
Right.
Like, we don't even, there's a lot of things that we don't understand. Like, even with this submarine thing, we are so controlled that this submarine thing is talked about throughout the entire country.
The whole world.
The entire country.
The whole country.
And why is this such big news? Why? Because there can be anything. Like, even if we wanted to talk about something that happens on American Idol, remember back in the day, that Asian guy who was singing "She Bangs."
Oh,
Bangs.
yeah.
All this stuff, we can make news and make it viral because it grabs people's attention, but it's taking them away from what's actually happening. There's a lot of news that had happened, or a lot of things that had happened during that time of that submarine. There's a lot of people who were missing.
That's true.
Something happened with Donald Trump.
He got charged.
Yeah.
Like he was charged. Like,
I think that was happening around the same time, and a lot of stuff was happening overseas. A lot of bills being passed.
Russia is having a civil war.
Yeah.
Like all this happened the same week.
And it's like, we can focus on a submarine, but we're not talking about the things that actually that's pushing things towards that's the destruction of our economy or our society. But we want to focus on this submarine, not to take anything away from the people who passed, because that sucks. But come on.
I mean, it sucks because it's a human life, but like, let's be honest.
Like, come on,
y'all, this is dumb. Why would you do that?
It's like, they have to be smarter than that.
Bro, let me be clear. I don't think they're dead.
I don't think they're dead either. I don't even think they went down there.
I think they got in the boat. I think they sailed to a specific place where they either docked to a larger boat and then got out, or they went to their destination and then sent the boat back remotely because it has a computer, it has a control in it, right? Whatever. They just recently said they started finding wreckage and pulling up parts or whatever from the boat, of course, and they found no body, of course, right? So to me, if you start looking into that a little deeper, because honestly, I'm not going to, because I don't really care.
Exactly.
Because I'm not gonna research it personally. But if anybody really started researching that, you probably find that maybe this person was wanted. Maybe these people were on the Epstein list, and they were like, we gotta get away.
And they already have a documentary out for it.
That's right. So they were all. That's correct.
Like, come on, son.
And they were like, bro, like I saw a meme. It was like, as soon as something happens, the Netflix documentary series writers, and they start running around and putting stuff together. It's like, bro, how did you already put this together? It was already together. Now all they had to do was just play it out. This has been done. This has been done. All they had to do is now just go sink the ship, right? So what this does is it allows these rich people. I mean, I'm talking. These are exorbitantly rich, like wealthy. I mean, beyond what we could spend in a lifetime type wealth.
But where did they come from? Who the fuck are they?
That's what, it doesn't matter. That's
like, they just put some random names. Like, they know not to get no brothers, because they know ain't no brothers going down there. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's get these exotic names, these people that no one really
these Arabian princesses, and
and let's get them on there and let's fool the public.
I think that they disappear people like this so that way they can disappear. They have so much money, they don't need to do anything. They can just live their lives however they want to live. Maybe they're going to the center of the earth and they just live their lives in paradise, right?
Maybe that's where Tupac and them is.
I mean, I don't know if Pac is down there, but you know what I'm saying? But these billionaires can go wherever they want, right? And then now, because they're dead, no one's looking for them, right? And if something crazy happens and they ever pop up or they were found, well, I never died. I just went missing. I was in a coma. I don't know what happened to me, right? My memory is gone, right? And then what are people going to say? It's a miracle. No, it ain't no miracle. You disappeared on purpose. If they don't have no body, what did Cardi say? No face, no case, no body, no murder.
Cardi
didn't say no body, no murder. That's
I got you. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But Cardi said no face, no case, right?
Cardi B?
I'm pretty sure no face, no case. Yeah.
What song is that?
WAP? No, something like I don't know. No, I don't know, man. Look, you're the music man.
Well, I haven't listened to hip hop.
This isn't new.
Well, I know what I'm saying is like I haven't listened to hip hop until last week because Killer Mike came out with an album and it was really good. But I've been listening to a lot of gaming and anime and classical music. You know what I mean? So no. Is it press?
Yeah.
Is it that song?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right?
I don't know, man. I don't listen to that ratchet music. You the king of ratchet music, man. Like y'all think Steven be on that good boy time. Y'all let the smile and the punctuations and the clarity in his speech and his.
It's from Up.
Up. Okay.
Up and the stuff. What? You over talking crazy?
People be people think Steven's just is super nice, kind, delicate. Which he is. But, you know what I mean? Don't let you listen to his music, be like, yo, he in the streets right now.
I be in the hood.
My dude be, man down, where you from?
I told Chris, I said, man, I'm about to get some 12s, man. No, I don't need no 12, maybe.
In a whip?
Yeah. Nah, but seriously, maybe 110, or maybe 112.
I don't understand that. But it would be
Well, why?
Well, no. I not understand why you wouldn't get it, but I don't understand when you say I'm getting 12s.
Oh, you don't understand what that means.
I don't understand. I mean, I can grasp the idea of what it means. I assume in 12s is going to be bass, it's bigger bass.
Okay. So yes, you don't have a deep understanding of
I got these.
Really?
Yeah.
Coming from the hood.
I've never understood it. Never.
You've never had subs?
Probably not. I doubt it. I mean,
what?
I know you can put them in the trunk and all that stuff because you can go to Radio Shack and get them installed.
This, first of all, did y'all catch what he just said?
What? That's where we would go.
This man said Radio Shack. Radio Shack doesn't even exist anymore.
Hey, man. That's what it is. Back in the day, you go to Radio Shack or Best Buy. They have like the section.
So when you talk about 12s, it's the diameter of the actual speaker.
So it's the inches, right? The size. Yes. Yeah. I figured
that's what it means.
The bigger they are, the bigger the bass.
Yes. So typically you have 15s, 12s, 10s. That's going to be your standard sub sizes.
15, 12s. The biggest is 15?
No, you can go bigger, but unless you're talking, even when you're talking competition, when you start going larger than that, you're talking about studio equipment.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, when you go to like concerts, they have big, subs. You're standing from the speaker. They have the speaker in the top and they have the sub in the bottom. It's all one speaker.
Why do you need all that in the car?
I mean, you don't. Not that. I mean, a 15. I would never use a 15. That's niggerish. Like,
hey, real talk. I don't mind having bass. I like bass.
Yeah.
I go to concerts and I really enjoy bass.
No, I understand.
But I be listening to some classical music.
And listen, I get it. That's why I said I was joking about the 212s. That's a lot of bass. 212s is a standard hood. 212s a box. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get the what's it called? The where's Chris when I need him?
Amp?
Yes, the amp. So you need the amp, you need wiring, you know what I'm saying? You got hook.
I summoned the Chris.
Yeah, there you go.
Let me summon Chris real quick.
Summon Chris real quick. You get your subs. I think Chris used to install speakers. So that's the way you go about it. 212s is the standard, right? You have 212s are hitting. Yeah. They're going to hit. They're going boom, 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 boom. Yeah, it's hitting. 112 is still good, right? But it's not 2. And then, of course, you have the smaller ones give you a faster rhythm. You can, it can keep up easier.
Yeah.
But you won't have that deepness, but you still get plenty of bass.
Yeah.
The 12s are a good medium. They're going to give you everything. You're going to keep up, and they're going to give you that bass. 15s are slow. So they're not going to be able to keep up very well.
What do you mean by the slow?
The speed of the if you have a song, let's take dubstep, right? And you have Boom, 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 boom. Right, the speed of the bass when it's hitting. That long boom. A 15 is gonna go great. It doesn't have to. It doesn't have to like. I don't know the word of it. Vibrate. It doesn't have to like hit hard. It's one continuous sound tone. Okay. If you have but if it's like something fast and the bass is fast, you're right. A 15, it's big. It's, you know what I'm saying? It has to move. It doesn't do a good job with that. A 10 will do better, right? Think of it as like mobility and working out, right? You have like a D-back. He's smaller. He's gonna be more a D-back, a defensive.
Oh, okay. I thought you were abbreviating douchebag.
I said D-back.
Okay. Yeah. My mind immediately went to the gym.
Oh.
My mind went to the gym.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, well, as far as like
Because I said football.
No, you didn't say football.
I didn't?
You said D-bag.
I said okay. Well, okay.
And I associate that with douchebag. So I thought of a dude that's at the gym.
No.
That's swole.
No.
And that you call it douchebag. Okay,
No. So they're smaller. They're more mobile. They're gonna move faster, but they don't have as much force behind them typically. Okay. When compared to a lineman, right, who's gonna be much bigger, more force, but they're slower, less mobile.
What's the first song that you would play in your
I have no. Jeez.
Would it be something they're rolling in the deep down the street?
Possibly.
Hey,
Possibly.
Rolling in the deep. I am Steve, and yeah.
I don't know. I'm right now. I've been into a lot of
hip hop, a lot of niggerish music.
Nah, man. NLE Chopper.
NL Chopper?
Yeah.
I haven't listened to him. I mean NLE Chopper. I haven't listened to him, but his demeanor or his aura, he's like a kind. He comes off like a kind dude.
Yeah. He's vegan also.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Oh, well, shout out.
I
to
mean,
NLE
he's
Chopper.
don't get it twisted. He's hood,
Oh,
but
I seen he got his grills. He
yeah.
got
I
it.
mean, he what I mean?
he presents himself as a very well spoken
Yeah.
person.
I've seen anytime I've seen interaction with him, I'm like, his music and him, they don't sound the same.
I haven't listened to his music, but
I didn't go looking for it.
It just popped up on
just
your
a couple
playlist.
things. I think I hit so it's him. He has one song with Lil Wayne, and it just was like, I was like, damn, what's that? And I played it back, and then I just kept playing it. And then he had then I started like going to his album, and he's got multiple albums. But then I'm like, oh, he's got catchy music.
Oh, he does. I don't mind to check out.
He's got
NLE
this
Chopper.
song. He's got this song, Stomp Him Out.
Stomp him out.
Yeah.
That's the vibrations we on.
It's hood. It's hood.
We stomping him out.
It's my gym music, man. He's got this song, Slut Me Out.
Slut me out.
It's
stomp me
nasty.
out.
It's nasty. It's just nasty.
It's nasty.
It's nasty.
What's the nastiest thing they say in "slut me out"?
I'm not gonna repeat it.
Why not? You like it. You listen to it. This is the frequency you elevate to. You know what I mean? Slut me out. You trying to get slutted out, man? By a honey dip? Are you trying to slut a honey dip out?
Plead the fifth.
Please defend. Hey, shout out NLE Chopper. I'm gonna check you out. I never listened to his tunes, but I'll give him
Yeah,
a listen.
I'm just saying, like, if you look at him as a person and then you know he raps, but then you hear him talk, he's very well spoken, like, you know what I'm saying? You can just, it's one of the people you can just tell he may have grew up in the hood, but he wasn't
in the hood.
Yeah.
He went in the trenches.
I mean, and he may have been, but he didn't take it all on. You know what I'm saying? I don't know his story.
Yeah.
I'm just going off of what I see. But a lot of his music is more sexual in nature, and which is probably like he was out getting girls.
Yeah. Nah, NLE Chopper, he comes off like a very kind-hearted dude. And my first interaction, what I saw of him, is when he was on someone's radio show, and he was expressing his crush. It's like Megan Good. He had a crush on Megan Good, and then he actually spoke to Megan Good and let her know that, hey, I got a crush on you type thing. And I thought it was like an innocent little interaction.
Yeah.
But that's about it.
Yeah. Man.
But okay, let's talk about, we have the USDA and the FDA, or one of these motherfuckers, one of them DAs with the A's in America, they have approved the sale of lab-grown chicken.
Yes, FDA.
FDA. Okay. They have approved the sale of lab-grown chicken. So basically, it's not the actual species of the chicken. This is chicken that's grown in a lab through the process of a science experiment, in a sense. And for me, this is, I want to say it won't affect me, but hopefully it doesn't affect me, because you don't know everything that they put in your food. But obviously, if you're growing your own food, you don't have to worry about that. But
it shouldn't affect us.
Yeah, it shouldn't affect us, but it should primarily affect the people who consume meat on a daily. And I honestly think that they have already been doing this. I don't think that this is something that we have been privy to. I think that it's something that is already been under the rug, but now they're just putting a stamp of approval on it. Because if you look at the economy and they talk about farmers and all that stuff, you hear about how there is a drought when it comes to a lot of animals, and even the meat that people are currently eating now is so pumped full of GMOs, like Popeyes and KFC and all these fast food restaurants. Those are already GMO-based meats. So when I say it's something that's already been happening, it's already genetically modified. So it's not anything that's not normal to what we're already doing. So what do you think about us consuming, not us, but us as a generality, consuming lab-grown meat? Do you think this is beneficial to us, or do you think this is going to set us back?
Here's the thing. Let's just look at history. And in history, you can see where every time we make big changes like this, we get sicker and sicker. Okay? So one of the biggest ones of most recent is wheat and corn. Right? As soon as wheat and corn started becoming genetically modified, we started getting sicker and sicker. So in the 60s and 70s, when this started to happen, then you started having new illnesses pop up. Right? We now are using more. I mean, almost all of our corn is GMO.
Yeah.
To the point.
I don't eat corn.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I have, and then recently, and then I'm just like, bro, I'm not eating corn no more.
Your body literally cannot digest it.
Right.
It cannot.
It can't even. It literally, like, you eat corn off the kernel, and then it's in your toilet the next morning. Yeah. It literally cannot digest it. Like, and when we think of that, we think, oh, it's just corn. It just goes through. There's so much of it. No,
your body is telling you, I can't fuck with it.
It literally cannot digest it. Like, so it's not just corn, right? And this is why I'm like, I gotta stop eating popcorn, right? It's because it's not just corn. It's everything corn based.
Yeah.
Corn meal, corn flour, corn syrup, right? It's corn oil. It's everything corn based. Right? But obviously not just corn. That's the most recent one, but the wheat. Like, the wheat that we used to eat is different than what we eat now. This is why so many people now have these gluten sensitivities. We're not supposed to be eating gluten like this. Technically, we're all gluten sensitive. Just like with milk. We're all lactose intolerant. Matter of fact, melanated people don't even have the enzyme. We don't create the enzyme to break down the lactose. There's an enzyme specifically for that. We don't have it.
Humans?
Black people.
Okay.
We don't have, you feel me? So you have people on TV that are saying, drink milk, drink milk, drink milk. And you watch them, and they don't seem to have problems drinking milk. So you have some of these friends. I grew up with people that have no problem drinking milk. But melanated people can't. We don't have the enzyme to break it down. So There are so many things that we should not be eating.
Is there a reason why that we don't have the enzyme?
We're different. We're not the same. As much as people like to say that we're all humans, we're all the same, it's a lie. We're not. We're different. And there's different diets that we should be following, right? And like there's so many genetic differences about melanated people and non-melanated people. It's striking, right? So, for example, there was a test that they did, and melanated people have more peripheral vision than non-melanated people.
Yeah.
Right?
That's what I can see behind
We can see things that they can't see, right? I'm behind my head, and I can see my hands. It is behind my head, right? I was really pushing it, but I can see them. They're there. Also,
There's gonna be someone in the comments. They're gonna be like, "Nigga, I can see behind my hand too."
I mean, that's fine, right? I mean, maybe I had
You just got good vision.
and maybe I had bad vision.
I
Maybe
got bad vision. I don't think that has
But
anything.
as far as peripherals, it's been proven, right?
That black people have better peripherals than
Yes,
Other-
it is melanated versus non-melanated.
okay.
So that could also mean Chinese. It could also mean
Indian.
Indian, right? Melanated
Mexican.
versus non-melanated. Eyesight. Well, once again, that was peripherals. Well, that was peripherals. But we see a greater spectrum of color, right? So we see more color than other people do. Melanated versus non-melanated. We have more taste buds, so we can pick up on different things, which is also why we be like, maybe we're season that, because it's like if we have more taste buds.
Oh, so we have more taste buds.
Yes.
And white folks don't have. That's why they. So it's scientifically proven
It's science.
that white folks.
Why you gotta
That's
say it
why
like
they
this?
don't season their food.
They
can't. They don't.
If they may taste salt and pepper, and I'm like, it's fine. Like, I don't see this. This tastes good to me.
And we taste it. We be like, nah, cuz we need a little bit more seasoning
There's
on
more.
this, man.
There's more. There's more there. There's more we can pick up, right?
What about rhythm?
I mean, I don't.
Is the same thing or
I don't. Listen. I'm sure there's something
more,
there.
More black people just naturally got rhythm.
I'm
or?
sure there's something there with it. Probably that's more in the brain. I'm sure there's something there that causes that, right? But we also know one of the most well-known ones is that melanated people have was it a longer femur or something, right? That makes them generally more athletic, right? Melanated people have more fast twitch fibers in their body, right? So this makes them more athletic when it comes to combat sports and of course athletics in general. So because fast twitch fibers are what helps you get off quickly. Like this is why black people are better sprinters. We're not the same.
And it's actually when you break it down like that, because a lot of people they will say, well, it's not like they can't do it, but just look at it.
They can do it.
Yeah,
but
but
who's right?
It'll take a lot more effort,
Right.
for I guess someone who's not melanated to I guess catch up to an athletic person on the level of a Usain
Name me
Bolt.
one world class like top 1.0001% white sprinter. I guarantee you can't name me one.
Well, I'm not well versed in it. I mean, I know Usain Bolt and
Michael Johnson.
I don't know. That's a regular black name, but
Oh. Well, yeah. Okay. Well, there are none.
You're
I'm
right.
not saying that, and I'm not saying that there's not. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying there's not fast sprinters that are white, right? But there's a reason that we dominate in certain athletic fields.
yeah, which would make sense.
And if you look at track and field, you look at the 4x1, which is I always remember it this way because I did track and field. It was I always used to say it was 4 niggas going around track one time, 4x1. So every 100 meters you're passing the baton. Right,
4 niggas going around. That's funny.
You got 4x2, same thing. You know what I'm saying? So they each will do half a lap, right?
Yeah.
This is how I remembered it. Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. Right. So there's a reason that we typically dominate in those sports, and they dominate in the long distance sports.
Yeah.
Now you talk about long distance. White people got that. We don't do well with that. Not saying that we can't, but they do that well. They do swimming well. Right? There's certain. It is what it is. Like
Brothers ain't meant to be in the water like
man,
that, man.
there's a reason. There's certain things that we do better because we are created differently, and there's things they do better.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. We're not the same.
Yeah.
So with that understanding and looking at all those facts, if I say we don't have an enzyme that can break down milk, how do you say, well, there's no way that's possible? I just gave you 5 different things that differentiate the melanated versus non-melanated, right? It makes sense.
Right.
We also are not supposed to be eating meat.
Yeah.
They have an enzyme that breaks it down better.
Our teeth aren't designed for it.
I'm not even going there, right? I'm just talking about the actual digestion of it, right? They have what's called they have the ability to have a hotter or a higher pH in their hydrochloric acid, right? Which means their pH is higher, which means they can break down those type of foods easier, right? And if you look at, of course, where they come from originally, the Caucasus Mountains, right? They had to have the ability to do this because they were basically in caves, right? They didn't have the abundance of the land. They weren't eating all the fruit. So then if you look back into history, millions of years ago, whenever, right? They had to have a hotter hydrochloric acid so that way they can break down grass if that's what they were able to eat.
Right.
Or they can break down a squirrel or a rat or a snake that slides through whatever. They had to have that because they were living in dark, cavernous areas. It has nothing to do with being racist or anything like that. I love white people. My kids are mixed.
You ain't even. We already know. You ain't gotta go.
Man, shut up. No, I'm just saying, man, because this, some people can take this wrong. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some passing they don't know me,
bruh. No matter what we say, you can defend it. You can come with any explanation.
Internet's gonna be the internet.
I've learned that there is no amount of explaining that you can do or anyone can do in a video because they see a clip.
Oh wow!
If they see a clip, whatever we said that's going to defend anything that they're attacking us for, it's null and void. Doesn't matter. They don't care about that.
Okay.
They don't care about that. So
Fuck
that's
it.
why I'm done trying to defend anything, because if they rock with us, they know we have no ill intent.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it's really about bringing awareness. Yeah. So when we talked about this the week before when we talked about the carnivore diet, the carnivore summit. There's no black people on that summit. There's a reason, because that's not a diet we should be eating, right? Carnivore, particularly, right? So at the end of the day, to answer your question finally, do I think we should be eating lab-grown meat? No. Like it's going to create another disease. It's going to create the body to then force itself to create a symptom to warn you about this meat, right? Which then creates a disease. It's the same thing that's going to happen with when we start eating all this lab-grown stuff. I mean, cancer's going to go through the roof because this stuff is created from cancerous cells, right? So cancer's going to go through the roof. It's already through the roof. We're just going to continue to get more sick. We're going to create new diseases. We're still doing it now.
Yeah.
We're still creating new illnesses now.
I was just listening to Rizza Islam. You know, Rizza Islam just got his case dropped after 10 years. Thank you. And he was talking about how they're creating these bugs, and they're like crickets.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the mosquitoes.
Not the mosquitoes, but
there's more.
Yeah. He were talking about how there's this company. Damn, I wish I had it right, but it's called All Bug Life or something like that. Something along that line.
Okay.
And it's a company that was started that's talking about just bugs. But then Bill Gates, he decided to, I guess, give this guy some money.
There we go.
He wanted to invest in that company. And so they're basically creating bugs, and they're like grinding it down to like a powder. So it'll be used as like bug powder, but these are like bugs that are created, and they're doing that. And these have whatever the mRNA.
Okay.
It has that within it, and so instead of like injecting mRNA into you, they are now feeding it to you.
This is crazy.
You know, and they're doing that in lettuce as well. Lettuce and I think spinach that they're doing. That they're putting the disease in the food. So now, instead of, hey, you know what, you need to get this and you're going to get injected, you know, I'll have to bleep this, but for a vaccine or whatever, and we're going to feed it to you. And they're also, he has this product, which is by Bill Gates and Melinda, where they're coating like fruit.
Appeal.
Yeah. The appeal, they're coating the fruit so it lasts like 2 weeks longer. Bro. It's like they're literally manipulating the food, controlling the food because of obviously population control. They're obviously they're implementing things slowly and surely. And so with this lab grown meat and them already having control over the food that we consume, and they're placing these different chemicals within the food that we consume, that is going to lead to more sickness, more illness, and then more people are going to be at the mercy of the people who have the cure. And so now more people are going to be lining up, because I see the play because they're thinking in advance. Yeah. They're thinking way down the road.
20, 30 years.
Yeah, they're thinking way ahead. And so, yes, we're fine now, but okay, now people are going to start losing limbs and getting sick and all these different illnesses. And I even saw when I was in the gym, they were saying on the news, malaria is coming back.
Oh, that's the mosquitoes.
That's the mosquitoes. I'm just like,
And not only is it coming back, Texas and Florida, the two states that refuse to give
Texas and Florida. Wow. We don't see the play. We don't see the play here.
Come on, bro.
Come on, man. Texas and Florida.
Florida.
The two states that was just like, forget whatever you trying to send us for a cure, or no, that we're gung ho and we do our own thing. Texas.
Here's my take on this. So we weren't really of consciousness when GMOs started. Like, I don't even think we were born. But even when we were born, it was already a thing. But it wasn't a big thing. Like, it wasn't like, it wasn't a big thing.
It wasn't on the level that it is now.
No, completely. Like, organic didn't. I don't even remember when organic became a thing. I don't even think I was ever conscious of it.
Right.
Like, bro, the way we grew up, we weren't even buying fruits and vegetables like that. Like, grew up eating everything from the center of the grocery store. Yeah. You randomly get some fruit. Oh, there's a banana here. You know what I mean? It'd be a treat to have a damn banana. Right? Think about it.
That was reality.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Now I can go to the grocery store. I got all kinds of bananas and sweets and all kinds of goodies, fruits. But anyway, I feel as though how we feel about this now is how others felt about GMO when it started, right? So if we look at history, because history always repeats itself, this is just something that's going to repeat itself. And I said 20, 30 years, it may be a 40-year play. You know what I'm saying? This may be something that is long-term. So what can we do? Can we stop this? No.
Inevitable.
There's
Thanos, baby.
There's no stopping this. It's inevitable. I think that if even Gates was gone.
Of course, he's not the only evil human on this planet.
I don't think that it would stop. All these things are in motion. He's just the head of this snake, but unfortunately, this isn't take the head off and the body will fall. This is the Loch Ness monster, the twin head. This is you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you defeat Fat Boo, here comes Skinny Boo. You
right.
defeat Skinny Boo, here comes Super Boo.
Right.
You beat Super Boo, here comes Kid Boo.
There you go.
I mean? You want to go against Kill Boo, you need a Spirit Bomb and Goku and Vegeta. That's what it is, man.
That's there you go. So the question is, what can we do? And this is where the process of detox comes in. Because as long as your body is to the point where you are functioning high enough to detox, it has the ability to detox everything. But where we are now, for most people, we're already in a sickened state, which we don't detox well. So this is why we're getting sick, because we're not detoxing. So then when this hits you, it's going to be even worse. People are going to start just dying because the body's going to be like, bro, I can't handle this. Yeah. I don't know what this is. So we have to focus on our health. We have to focus on going through periods of fasting. That doesn't mean you need to fast every day or every week, right? I mean, just ever so often, doing 2 or 3 days, like giving your body a chance to kind of ramp up, right? It means going through a process of taking some herbs here and there, making sure that you are eating as clean as possible when you can. That doesn't mean that you can't have something every once in a while, right? But for the most part, you should be eating your fruits and vegetables daily. Over 90% of Americans don't get the recommended daily consumption of fruits and vegetables.
I eat fruit every day.
Me too. There's not a day that goes by. Over 90%, I think it's actually closer to 95, but I'm just going to say for internets and fact checkers, it's over 90%. So it's so interesting to me. People are like, oh, I eat healthy. If you don't eat, 90% says, 90% of you don't eat healthy, right? And then that gets me into the question of what is healthy, which I kind of talked about. I'm not going to get into that because it kind of get long. But your fruits are your main detoxing food, period, right? If your fruits are your main detoxifier. Vegetables are your rebuilders. They can't help you detox, but they're your rebuilders. Then you have your herbs, which are your detoxifiers also. But herbs aren't like food. I mean, they can be, but you can eat them. But you know what I'm saying? When I'm talking about food, I'm talking about eating for satiation. You're not going to eat a bunch of sage, right? You know what I'm saying? But they are beneficial as a detoxifier for you. So most people are not healthy. It's going to be controversial. Even all the influencers that are in shape and fit, that does not mean they're healthy.
What are you trying to say, man?
I'm not talking about you. I see what you eat. But I'm talking about people that do not eat foods that assist in the detoxification process. If you are eating food just because there's a guy that just died yesterday. Famous Jim, I forget his name. God bless him, But he was a huge, do you follow any gym people on Instagram?
More calisthenics.
Yeah, he was like a bodybuilder.
Okay, yeah, I do more calisthenics.
Okay, he was aesthetics.
Okay.
Joey Aesthetics, I think is his name, something like that.
Not familiar. But
okay, so he just passed away, right? Just I don't know why. People said it was the thing. You know what I'm saying? Other people said it was the gear or the steroids. It's a mix of both, right?
They didn't give her like a heart attack, or
I didn't look into it. I just scrolling on Instagram. I got into a loop and I just started seeing it. It just happened yesterday. But if he was healthy, he wouldn't have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. But when you lose the ability to detox, you become unhealthy. And a lot of times, when you lose the ability to detox, you don't show it. Right, so a lot of times people will be like, "Oh, well, you look good. We don't understand." Yeah, his skin stopped working. Right, like I get breakouts, and it's so frustrating to me. But at least I know my skin is working. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm detoxing, which I'm in a detox protocol, which means this is what I want to be seeing.
So when you say his skin isn't working, it's more like he's not getting breakouts, and so they're staying inside.
Correct. Sorry. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, it will make sense to me because if he was to go out to the sun, the sun will detox you.
Yes.
And so that's why a lot of people they'll start to get like maybe sick because their insides are being detoxed by the sun and it's coming out and now they're feeling ill.
Yeah.
And he had the inability. That's why, because our skin is our biggest organ, obviously, right. And he hasn't been taking care of it because of the things that he's put into it.
I mean you lose the because I use that particularly because people just like he just looks so good. He did, right, clean skin, super in shape, right.
Was he a brother?
No.
Okay.
Right, like he, you know what I'm saying, like he was a big name and working out. He was very aesthetically pleasing to the eye, but he died because of whatever they want to call it. But it's his inability to detox because of all the things you're putting in your system. The food. This happens. Kali Muscle. Kali, black dude. You be in the gym, man. You don't know Kali Muscle?
I don't be watching dudes, man.
Okay. Why you say it like that?
I mean, because I don't
know. You don't have to watch him. You know Kali Muscle. You probably know him. You don't know his name.
Kali?
Kali.
I can look him up.
Look him up. Black dude, he used to post things about eating ramen noodles. I eat ramen noodles for gains. Huge muscles, like ridiculous.
Okay, he looks familiar.
You know him.
Yeah, he looks familiar.
Okay, well, he recently had like
kind of like Bobby Brown.
Kind of.
but like
muscular. So he's 48. He just had a stroke or a heart attack or something, right? Lost. I mean, since then he's lost like 40 pounds or something crazy, because he was like, yeah, well, you know what? Y'all out there, y'all not eating right, and you all swole up. You got all this muscle, you can't move. It's like, my nigga, that's you. Right, but now he's lost weight. Now he's like, yeah, you gotta start eating good. You gotta start eating whole foods. Like, nigga, you're the one, Mr. Protein, Mr. Processed Food, Mr. Ramen Noodles. Now all of a sudden you want to come back and swing the block and start talking about fruit and vegetables.
Hey man, I mean, sometimes you gotta be on death's bed and realize what you need to do with your body.
I'm glad that he made that move, right? It's just so unfortunate because people look at people like that, these influencers, especially fitness influencers, and they say they're healthy. These are the people that I want to be like, so I'm going to do what they do. But what they don't understand is that you can get short-term benefits from eating an excess of protein, right? Long-term, it has been shown, you can look this stuff up. There's documents to prove this. It causes kidney damage, right? I mean, creatine, they're like, oh, creatine is one of the greatest things ever. I don't really have anything really bad to say about creatine because there's really not been much negative about it. But these things are gateways to other things, right? I'm not talking about necessarily gateway to steroids, but it's just the overuse of anabolics, right? Or the overuse of, just different types of supplements. And then you get to the point where now you're supplementing your greens. You're supplementing everything. Yeah. And it's like, well, a supplement is something that is an addition to or an add-on to make up for the deficiencies in the diet. Mm-hmm. That is what a supplement is supposed to be. But what happens is that these supplements now become the primary, or they become the main source of. And instead of you eating greens, these people wake up and put a scoop of athletic greens in a smoothie.
And they're getting their nutrients.
And you're getting 100% of all the greens you need. No, you freak, you're not.
The funny thing is that they actually, because when I was like back in the day, I used to take those the protein powders, the whey proteins, and all that stuff. They even tell you, like, don't consume too much of it because it'll result in like kidney failure.
Yeah,
they tell you just like when it comes to cigarettes and all these other things that they tell you that you shouldn't consume, or you have too much of it, it will give you a disease, it'll kill you.
So they can't get sued,
right?
But then you have everybody telling you, Mel, you got to eat protein,
dude. I don't understand why so many people are consumed with worrying about how much protein intake they get.
It's the wave right now.
It's crazy because anytime I see any vegan or anyone who's talking about living a healthy lifestyle, what do you get for protein besides beans? Like, what do you get in protein? I'm just like, bro, I don't even think about it. I honestly do not think about how much protein I consume. I literally just eat my food. Yeah. That's it. I don't think about I don't feel any deficient. I don't feel weak. Dude, I feel strong.
You're making gains, man. You've been looking good. I told you, man. You looking good, man.
I appreciate that. So let's not focus on that. Yeah, man. But like, I don't think about how much protein that I'm getting. I've never thought about that. Yeah. Like when I did eat flesh, and then I did consume the protein powders and things like that. I was like, I was looking at how much protein does this have? I don't even think about it. I just work my body and I listen to what my body says it needs. If I get a reaction, like, you know what? I'm going to fall back for a little bit on eating this, you know? So I listen to my body, but I'm not crazy about this protein stuff. And I don't understand what's the main focus. Like, what do you need so much protein for?
Two things. Number one, it is given as the standard recommendation for weight loss, right? Increase, it's just repackaged information. Yeah. Right? Increase exercise or increase activity, increase protein with increased activity, and you'll lose fat. Right? That's literally that's what they're telling people. And then what happens is that you have all these people that are like, well, let me try this, right? So they start buying all this protein, they start buying all this stuff, right? And then they start their workout plan, they lose 20, 30 pounds in the beginning. That's normal. It doesn't matter what you do. If you start changing the way that you eat and you start doing that from eating your standard American way, it doesn't matter what protocol you start, you're going to lose 20, 30 pounds.
Yeah.
Part of that is, number one, you're losing inflammation, which you can have 15 to 20 pounds of that in general, right? And then also you're going to be eating more whole foods, which means you're going to get more fiber. You're going to be cleaning out the gut, which means you have 15 to 20 pounds of toxic poop all within your small intestine and your colon. So between the actual elimination of excess poop, which gives you the visual of your stomach getting smaller, as well as decreasing inflammation in the body, once again, makes your neck slimmer, makes your face slimmer, gives you the visualization that you're actually decreasing visceral fat or subcutaneous fat. When you start doing that, you're going to be like, oh, this works. I lost 30, 40 pounds. It didn't work. You lost poop and you lost water or inflammation. You didn't lose fat because you're not doing anything to actually burn fat. You have to tap into those resources, right? And protein in and of itself, it has a filling. It gives you a sensation of feeling of satiation. So it helps fill you up so you may eat less. Right? But in general, it does more harm than good. And most people that get blood tests actually show that they actually have a hard time digesting proteins, particularly in melanated people.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild. I don't even think about it, man. And I think
Don't worry about no damn protein. You need
I mean,
amino acids and minerals.
Right. Because break it down. We need to break down the food properly.
Yeah.
As long as we can break down that food, I think we'll be fine. We need to stay away from the processed food because our body has a tough time digesting processed foods.
Yes.
And all these processed foods are going to give us these diseases that we're trying to get rid of or keep out of our body. So when it comes, that's why I focus on, like, it's crazy how the mind shifts, because I'll see you don't go to the same gym anymore, but like there was this dude, this black dude, he comes to the gym, like a bald dude. Mm-hmm. Dude be swole. He comes in swole. You've probably seen him before. And I'd be like, yo, he big as hell, but yo, I wonder what's going on the inside. Bruh. What's going on the inside there? Because there's so many people, like, it looks nice. Oh, yeah, it looks cool. But it's not natural. It's not a natural thing, you know? That's why I typically just stick to the calisthenics. And I need to go harder, though, because I'm just getting comfortable where I'm at. I need to go harder. Like, nigga, I've been on that Stairmaster. I've been challenging myself because I watched Andrew Tate. You see that they was on there for 30 minutes?
Yeah, he was on that. He was on that dying. Just.
Yeah, he was on there for 30 minutes. Got to like floor 200. I was just like, okay. So now at least I have an idea of where I need to get to. Bruh. Because I don't get on there for 30 minutes.
No, 15 is my. I mean, that has been my max.
I maxed out at 11 minutes, but
you were going on like 7 or 10 or something.
Well, I'm
crazy?
going 10 now, and so
yeah, there's a difference.
And also, maybe I was being harder on myself. Also, I've noticed that I don't hold my hands on the machine.
Oh, okay, that makes a difference.
Most people hold their hands, because I was watching Andrew do it, and he's holding his.
Well, he's struggling. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I'm just walking. I mean, running or walking real fast without holding on thing, because I know it's a difference. Like when I hold it, it's much easier. Yeah. For me, it's way easier. I'm just like, oh, this is simple. I said, is that okay? I don't really know the protocol for doing it.
I mean, well, you just.
I don't know. I don't know. Like, is it okay to hold on while you're walking? Or?
I'll say this: if you can do it without it, don't hold on, right? But if you're tired, you're using your arms to release pressure off of your lower body, so it just makes it a little bit easier. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, it makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, well,
I mean, it makes it. I'm just like, that's why I just stop. It's like, because I see a lot of people holding on to it, and so in my mind, I'll be like, I shouldn't be doing that.
It's still, listen, I hold and I don't hold. I do both. But when I'm holding, it's because I'm tired. But I'm like, it's just like getting a spot. If let's say you're doing bench press and
so it's all good. So
you got 8 reps, and then by yourself you can't do another full rep. Yeah. Someone spots you and you can get 2 or 3 more.
Okay.
It's the same thing.
That's the good. Okay, that's a good
So
way to look at it.
It's better to at least hold on and get a little extra.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
I'm very stubborn when it comes to that. I'd be like, I will not hold on. I am not weak. I refuse to hold on. But then I see Andrew Tate, and I was like, okay, I guess maybe I can't hold on.
Man, you better off getting an extra 5 or 10 minutes holding on than not. I'll say that.
I'll plan. You know what? I want to get up to like 200. I want to get to like
200 floors?
Yeah. Because last time I got to 70.
200 is not 200. Floors is a great way to measure because the speed doesn't matter.
Well, they do it within 30 minutes.
Right. What I'm saying is speed doesn't matter at this point because I was saying I got it to the point where I can do it on 7 for 15 minutes. It's my max. The 7 doesn't matter. It's the floors. So I'm up to like 52 to 55 floors.
Okay.
So when you're talking about what was it? How much the most you've done? Floors?
70 something.
Okay, but you'll do that, but you'll do it in 10 minutes or 11 minutes, right? Yeah. So you're moving faster. So you know what I'm saying? I'm not at 70 something, but I'm fairly close, but it takes me 15 minutes because I'm going slower. 70. So if I was to do 30 minutes on 10. Oh, good luck doing that math. I don't even know how that math works.
So if I did 30 minutes on 10, if I did 11 minutes on 10 and it got up to
70?
Yeah, and it got up to 70.
11 minutes and got you to 70.
So 7 times
multiplied
3
by
is 21.
3. So you'd be at 210 floors.
Roughly 210. Okay. Oh, okay.
So basically, you can see how fast they're going. So you were at 11. They're probably at 12, 13.
Okay. All right. That's reasonable. I'm trying to get my thighs thick, man.
Oh, bro, me too.
That's my new goal. And my new goal is to work on my thighs.
Well, I've been working. I've been training. Like, and I've been hitting goals. Like my legs. I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm hitting. I'm increasing every week. I'm excited to start back tomorrow. Right, this week is done. Start back tomorrow.
How many days you go a week?
I've been going 5.
Okay, I go 4. But I was thinking about, since I'm about to start cutting some shit out, thinking about going every day. And having one rest day.
Okay.
Like I work
every day, like 7 days.
Yeah. But rest one day. Not necessarily work one particular, but just different parts of my body.
Nah, I'm good on that.
Yeah.
I think that for me, the max is 5.
Yeah. I've been going 4 for a long time. I think I need to go a little harder.
Okay. Yeah. If you know what I'm saying? Like I've been inconsistently going 3 to 4. Right, but then these I'm like, okay, I'm on a program, so I'm like every week I'm going.
And even if because I typically go in the morning, so even if I oversleep, I don't miss a day. I'm like, I refuse.
Yeah, just still go.
I absolutely.
Yeah,
refuse.
that's like I have never. I think the most consistent I've ever been was probably a year ago, and I think I did a month straight. Most consistent I've ever been in the gym. So I'm like, nah, bro. This feels different. My gains are different because of where I am health wise. Right, my diet has been very clean, and I've been noticing the most progress I've ever had in the gym because I'm actually working intentionally. You know what I mean? I used to go in there and just throw some weights around, just move around.
It's comfort zone, man.
You know what I'm saying?
One thing that I've learned from Muhammad Ali is that when I'm working out, I'm not going to start counting it until it starts burning. Because that's the real effort. Because once you rep, okay, this is cool. You're not really feeling anything because it's what you're used to. But once you get to that struggle zone where it starts to hurt, that's where you get your most growth.
Yeah.
And so I'm learning to just push because my main focus currently is my abs and my thighs because I want to get those really good.
Get them damn tree trunks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, I'm trying to get them thighs looking right. Trying to be looking thick out here.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, man. No homo, pause. You can put whatever. I be seeing dudes like in the gym. They got their shorts on, and then like they're like quads. I don't want to call them thighs because it makes it sound. I call them quads. Because of what I'm about to say. Okay. Like they be coming out the side of the shorts, like they're just in there thick. They step and you just see the muscle they're not even.
Oh, I'm with you.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, bro, to me, I mean, not it's
good.
It looks yeah.
It looks good. So, bro,
It's hard. How do you want to say it,
bro, you be comfortable with who you are.
I mean, I am.
If you want to, you know what I mean?
No, see.
If you like the thighs on the guys, you know what I mean?
That's not what I said.
Nah, I feel you though. Nah, you can acknowledge someone else's body.
Yeah, man, them quads
It's
be
okay.
looking, man, they be cut up,
That's
bro.
why.
Like,
That's why I said my main focus
I'm
is my
like,
thighs.
damn, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I be seeing, like, I be thinking, like, man, you know, well, prior to 2 weeks ago, I'm like, I ain't doing lower. I ain't working out lower body like that. I hit it once a week, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, girls at lower body, we had that conversation. But then I'm like, bro, what I'm training for, I need to hit quads.
Yeah.
Right? And I started hitting glutes now. Like, bro, like, they hurt right now. Like, I've been hitting them. They hurt. My lower body for the last 2 weeks has been in perpetual pain. My back, because I used to, bro, I'm working back now. Like, there's a lot of muscle groups that I was not working. And because it was comfortable, I would go hit my 3-4 exercises, you know what I'm saying? I leave. Yeah. But now I'm hitting multiple, you know what I'm saying? I'm hitting shoulders, like 2 or 3 different types of shoulder exercises, like, and I'm seeing growth. I'm seeing like cuts in places. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm seeing some things starting to come in.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, man.
I think it's a good idea to try new machines. Just new machines, even if you don't even do it afterwards, but just to see if it works a different muscle group that you haven't used before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just, you know, rows, lats, or pull downs. There's a lot of stuff that I did not do in the gym that I've just started really doing. And I noticed that there's a synergistic effect that kind of happens when you are working multiple things. It's like you start making progress. And that's why I started putting on like weight. And I made a couple posts on my Instagram. I'm like, bro, like scale is moving in the wrong direction. You know what I'm saying? But then I did a side-by-side of like a year ago and then today. And I'm literally like 6 pounds difference from where I was a year ago and today. But I'm in a completely different size shirt, right? I'm in a large in the shirt in one, and I'm an extra large in the other. And I'm only 6 pounds apart. And then you clearly see that I'm more muscular in one. And it's just, don't get me wrong, it's frustrating, because especially for someone who focuses on weight with me and other people. Yeah. Right? And it's like, well, I knew this was going to happen. This has been planned. And I was like, I don't care what happens. I have to stay in the gym all summer, no matter what, at minimum, because I got end of the year goals. So everything is moving quite along, man. It's going along well.
Okay, we got to talk about women before we wrap up in some.
Do we?
Some form of fashion.
Do we though?
Yeah.
but do we?
Yeah. Okay. Would you care?
No.
If okay. He said it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Would you care if a woman you are with has hairy legs?
How hairy are we talking?
Hairy legs.
I mean,
what's a tolerable amount of hair for you?
Does she look like
she's a woman who doesn't care to shave her legs?
I mean, if she has hair like my legs, I wouldn't mind, because I look like I don't have any hair on my legs.
Yeah, you don't really look
that. Right, you gotta catch it at the right. Like, I actually been growing hair. That's the crazy part.
On your, damn, you don't have hairy legs.
I know, but no, I have it there. But it's
I got hairy legs. Well, they're not hairy. It's like semi-hairy.
I mean, your hair is much more visible than mine.
Yeah.
But
yeah, could you date a girl who has hairy legs? Would that be like, yo, can you would you talk?
Does she like to wear a lot of dresses and skirts and shorts?
She's a feminine woman, but she just doesn't.
I mean this makes a difference. Is it dark hair? Like, damn, girl, this.
Well, what's reasonable for you? What would be okay for you, and what would not be okay for you?
Let me say this. I do prefer natural women. I think that if her hair was very thick and dark, and it's like rubbing a man's leg, I don't know if I would. I don't know if I would like that. Now,
would you like that?
Would I like it?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So you don't know
So you know if you would like it or not.
Well, no. Well, there's a difference between if I would like it and if I would still date her, if I would tolerate it.
Would you tolerate it?
It depends on how much I liked her. Is she hairy everywhere?
No, her legs. Her legs. We're talking about legs.
I mean, usually if you got hair on your legs, you might have hair on your arms. You know.
Do you mind if a woman has hair on her vagina?
No. I don't like. I don't want to be like a 1980s porn star. Like, bro, like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Well, nowadays, you're like, you know, you could groom it a little bit, shape it up, you know, bring it down a little bit. Like, hair is important. There's a reason we have hair in those areas, okay? Yeah. And I think particularly for women, it's a protectant to keep things out. Yeah. Right? The vagina is very sensitive, and it has there's not much to protect it from outside. Yeah. So, just like our mouth and our nose, we have hair here. We have our mouth is very traps everything. So there's reasonings that you have these openings that have a protectant. The vagina has hair there for a protectant. So health-wise, I don't mind. But here's the caveat, because I've been with women that are hairy, and they've not been the experience wasn't the greatest.
It wasn't the most hygienic? Is that what you
like, you know, like, hey man.
Was it a scent?
Yeah. Okay. You know, but not
Was it a sweat scent or
no?
Was it a
I mean,
you going fishing?
It was just
for the weekend.
It was just you know, I think that if you are a very healthy person, right? Because let's think about this.
If you're hairy and healthy.
If you're hairy and healthy,
okay.
Right? Because if you are a very health conscious person, which means you're eating a lot of your healthy foods, your fruits, your vegetables, you're drinking water, you're getting you're drinking teas, you're detoxing, you're going to have a naturally sweet scent to you.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
Right?
That's
you know this, I know this.
It my poop smells sweet.
Okay. I can always tell if I didn't eat something great, because I'm like, oof, that's a little funky. You know what I mean? Probably shouldn't have had that.
You already know. Right? I already know when I ate something wrong. You smell it.
Yeah. But most of the time when I'm, you know what I mean? Other time, nigga, go, boom, boom, boom. You know, you walk in behind me, ain't nobody gonna know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Right. When you're eating good. But that's how I know, oh man, I shouldn't hate that, you know? Yeah. But if you're hairy and healthy, then you're fine. You know what I'm saying? But if you are eating McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, Popeyes, and you're hairy, it's an absolute fucking no for me. Yeah. Like, yeah, I gotta. It just made my stomach. It, like, literally, just even thinking about that, saying that made my stomach like turn.
Yeah, I feel you. I'm with you. I mean, I don't. The thing is, I honestly prefer a woman who has a little hair on her.
Yeah, I don't mind that. You don't need to be hairless.
Like, I don't. If you want to shave,
a little landing strip or something.
If you want to shave your vagina, shave it.
You can keep it. You don't get your little trim. Just trim it down a little bit. I'm cool with that.
Good. You know what I mean? We like to cut the grass. You know what I mean?
I'm not cutting the grass.
I mean, I'm not cutting the grass.
Oh, okay.
I'm just saying, like, I meant to say, we like cut grass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We go out, you see the front line, but that's some nice grass.
We don't want dirt. We want grass.
I don't want, the thing is, like, if you zip your pants type vibe, and you can get caught on your zipper.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Don't want that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But a little fuzz.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
You know what I mean? A little fuzz, no fuss. You feel me?
Yeah, a little fuzz, no fuss.
You know what I mean? A little fuzz, no fuss.
Yeah, but when it comes to the legs, though, it doesn't really bother me that much. Just, as long as they don't look like man's legs. Like, if they look,
it has to be a reasonable.
Yeah, we gotta be like, I'm a man.
For me, it's not a deal breaker.
What if her legs look like yours?
It's cool. I mean, honestly, I don't. For me, I don't look at legs and be like, "Yo."
You say that now, until the things come off, and she in public with you. Now people are looking at her legs.
I mean, I think it's
a reasonable amount. Like, when she's like, "Oh, I got some stubble, don't rub my legs," girl, I ain't worried about that stubble.
Yeah.
Right, but I'm saying, like, even if you don't shave them. If you know, hey man, your hair is a little, you know what I mean?
Because sometimes women, they'll say they need to shave their legs, and I'm looking, and I'm just like, what?
Yeah,
I don't even see anything.
Yeah, I'm not talking about that. For women, because I'm coming at this from a man's point of view. So I'm thinking man's legs. If your legs are hairy like a man's, I'm not interested. Right. But we're talking about women's. Hairy legs for women is not the same as hairy. My hair is probably the hair that women have.
Probably.
You know what I'm saying? It's
And I
very.
don't even see no damn hair on your legs.
Man, shut up. It's on.
Nigga,
there.
you ain't got no hair on your legs. You ain't got nothing on there.
Listen, they're there.
Nigga, you a science
I
experiment.
used to. Try to play me. The Germans got to me,
Yeah,
huh?
they got you, mate. Tuskegee.
I used to literally have no hair. I do have hair now, like because I've been working on my endocrine system, which is your glands. Endocrine.
Man, you saying all these fucking big words, bruh.
What do you want me to call it?
You got a smaller word for endocrine?
I've been working on the gland to help control my hair production.
Okay, I can rock with that.
But seriously, like my leg hair has grown. My hair on my head has been growing it's been growing like crazy.
Word?
Yeah, I got this retwist, which which
You got this retwist. Man.
it was supposed to last 3 months. Like it was like $250 because of how she did it. And I'm already like, it's been a month and a half. I'm already retwist ready. Like, no, I'm not going to get it done. I'm gonna wait, right? But it's because of how she did it. Their interlocks, so they basically knot them instead of just rolling them, so they last longer. But I'm like, she's like, yeah, you probably won't even start seeing it grow out for at least another month. Man, my hair is growing like crazy everywhere.
Yeah.
But that's part of being healthy because your body understands, no, you need hair. It's important.
Yeah.
So, for women, for hairy legs for women, I don't think it would be a deal breaker.
Yeah, it's definitely not a deal breaker for me. I'm okay with it. Just, you know what I mean? Just keep it reasonable.
Yeah. Like,
Just a reasonable amount.
get some damn scissors and just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just trim up the line.
You just
a
trim.
little bit. Just cut
you
the
know what I
split
mean?
ends.
Hey,
You know
baby,
what I
go
mean?
ahead. Matter of fact, let me get the clippers. I'll go ahead and just, I'll even put a guard on. I'm not even going to say I got to take all of it off. If it's that bad, I'll edge you up every, once or twice a week.
Edge them up. Yeah, let me get
You know what I mean?
Get your little shape up.
Get your little shape up, girl. Don't worry about it. Acts of service. I love you. I'll take care of you, girl.
So there's no. Okay, what about like eyelashes, eyebrows, like the thing? Because women be like
God damn, man. So what do you asking?
just hair, like when it comes to hair on women in general, like the eyelashes, little stomach hair.
I don't mind a little stomach hair. That's natural. You know what I'm saying? I mean eyelashes. I don't mind lashes on if they're reasonable.
Right.
When you put the damn bat wings on, I'm like, bro. I saw a girl. I was in the mall, and she's like, when you're dressed up and you're glammed out, like going to the club, it's acceptable, right? For the world, right? But when you're in the mall, now you have these huge eyelashes, my nigga. They were thick, long. I'm like, bro, and she's with her son.
You can feel a little breeze when she blinks.
You know what I'm saying? She blinks, and I was,
Like,
you know what
woo,
I'm saying?
It's a nice little breeze.
Like she's with her little 4-year-old son, and she's got flip flops on and a sweater, and I'm like, you look like you just did a what's it called? The walk of shame.
Oh yeah.
Like she looks like she just did the walk of shame, and now she had to go pick her son up, but she still got her makeup and her eyelashes on. And I'm like, you just look trash.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're not gonna pay all this money to get your eyelashes done and then take them off the next morning. So like you look crazy. So if you have thin lashes, like my daughter has like nice eyelashes. They're long, they're thick. And I'm like, damn, girl, it brings you to the eye. You know what I'm saying? So I can see why eyelashes are a thing, right? Men, we don't look at that and say, girl, you should get lashes. Yeah. We just see, oh, you look good.
Right.
That's what we see. But if you want to just accentuate and just add a little bit of,
flair. Add a nice little flair.
I'm not mad at that, right? It's when it's the extremities, right? Even makeup. I prefer no makeup, right? But if you wake up and you're just like, man, I'm just having a little day, I'm gonna put a little foundation on or whatever y'all do.
Yeah.
If you want to do a little something to even where it just looks a little natural, but maybe it just helps to cover the pores a little bit, I can rock with that.
Right.
But when you gotta beat your face or put your face on every day, it's absolutely unattractive to me. Like y'all look crazy out here.
Men don't wear makeup.
Bro, and then have the nerve to be on Instagram with these reels and be like, I look so good. If you look so good and black don't crack, why do y'all use so many filters? Like, for real.
Yeah.
If you're that confident, stop using filters. Y'all want to be all like bro, when they put these filters on and they have no texture. Like your face looks flat. Yeah. You don't have a nose. Like it just there's no dimension. And then you be like, I'm the baddest out here. If you the baddest, take that damn filter off. And then have the nerve to put these on dating websites and then don't understand why guys hit and run or why guys change up their energy or why they shift. Like, because I liked you with what I saw and then I met you, you look completely different. Yes, I'm going to change up. Yes, I'm going to be inconsistent. Yeah. Because you lied to me.
Oh, and speaking of that, next week, we're going to have a real conversation. Even more real conversation that talks about who lies more, men or women. But we'll talk about that next week, man. Yeah, I mean, once we get, maybe Chris James will be back. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll let Chris come back and go in on that.
Yeah.
You know, he likes to.
Yeah, he be going there. He about to go in. He probably got some pent up energy right now, man. So we'll see. But we will see you beautiful people next time. I hope you all enjoyed this. If you didn't, oh well. But yeah, make sure y'all subscribe, like this video. We appreciate every last one of you beautiful souls. We will see you all next time. I am Animated Male. Stephen Michael is here. And peace and love.